Today, we're going to talk about how AI can actually help you with programming. Now, there's a lot of things about AI that you need to be careful about for sure. But we were introduced at the Great Lakes Region Conference to AI for programming, and I thought it was interesting. And so I came home and I played with it a little bit. And I will tell you that my favorite AI is Grok, Grok. And so we're going to go to Grok and play around a little bit. So I'm going to share the page and I will spell it again for you. So it is grok.com, grok.com. And I have copied up a prompt. Yes. Okay. It says, please create a fun fall fundraiser to be held by middle-aged women with the theme of sexual violence awareness and prevention. This is coming right in the heels of our International Day of Service. And so I wanted to go with this route. So you put in your prompt, make it specific, and you can make it specific as you go, and you're going to see how we play with this prompt a little bit. And then you just click the arrow to send it. And it'll take a minute to think. All right. So you can be notified when he finishes answering if you'd like. It doesn't take that long for these prompts. So he came up with Harvest Hearts, Empower and Ignite fundraiser. The overall theme is a vibrant autumn-inspired event blending cozy fall vibes with bold empowerment against sexual violence, hosted by fabulous middle-aged women, think wine-loving, wisdom-sharing queens. The event flips the script on heavy topics. It turns awareness into action with humor, heart, and zero tolerance for crud. Proceeds fund local sexual violence prevention programs, survivor support, and education workshops. And remember, this is suggestions, so you can tailor any piece of this, right? So date and venue gives you options for that. And what he's come up with, these are all just basically a big suggestion. Mid-October, pink foliage season at a rustic barn or community hall decorated with pumpkins, hay bales, twinkling lights, and banners saying, fall into strength, end sexual violence now. Your target audience, ticket price, and it will break all of this down for you, which I find very interesting. So the key activities are a mix of fun fundraising and education. Pumpkin power auction. So guests donate or bid on carved decorated pumpkins with sassy messages. Silent auction, live bidding led by hilarious MCs, your middle-aged hosts in witch hats. Top bid, a custom boss babe pumpkin portrait. Then you've got a wine and wisdom tasting trail, wine, beer, cider stations, apple cider mimosas, anyone. At each stop, there's a quick, fun wisdom bite. So at each stop along the way, there's a 2-minute talk by a survivor or an expert on prevention tips. So if you see something creepy, say something sassy is one of the things you could do. Pair with gourmet fall bites, empowerment costume contest. So dress as your fall fierce icon. So think Ruth Bader Ginsburg as a harvest goddess or a superhero with a cape made of caution tape. Prizes for funniest, most creative, most likely to scare off predators. Harvest hustle dance off. So there's fall bops with line dances teaching consent cues, the no-go shuffle. Flash mob moment. Everyone joins a choreographed routine symbolizing unity and strength. Awareness action stations, fundraising boosters, impact goal. Raise $10,000 for partnerships with orgs like RAIN, which is the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, or local shelters. So local shelters for sure, and with a group toast to falling leaves and rising voices. It keeps it lighthearted and communal while packing a punch. And then it goes on and it asks you here, do you want a detailed budget and logistics plan? So they will tell you about how much you should spend, about how much you will make. Similar spring awareness events and make it even funnier. So let's tailor it for spring. So let's do similar spring awareness events. Now, if that wasn't one of the options, but you've decided to move your event, you could very simply put in the prompt here, please tailor this event to spring, right? But it gives us the options. So we're going to go there. And Bloom Bold, Spring into Strength fundraiser, gives an overview, timing, ticket price. Again, the options here. So Blossom Bash Brunch, Seedling Soiree Swing Dance, Wildflower Walk and Wellness Fair. And you can do any one of these, or you can do a combination, obviously. And then boosters at all events, merchandise with teas. So spring thyself, boundaries in bloom, pins, pedal pusher for prevention. 50-50 raffle. We like to call this a split the pot, because then it's not a raffle and it doesn't have to be half. It can be 60-40 if you'd like. Then the grand finale for all events, group photo. Okay. Let's look at detailed logistics for this one. You can also do a more concise event descriptions or summer events, but let's do detailed logistics because I want you to see how deep it'll go. So the target, the host crew, 6 to 8 women with assigned roles, the date, the time, venue and layout, and look at how detailed this is. Here's this timeline, staffing and roles. And you can, again, this is your event. You can tailor it any way you'd like. Volunteer cadre, the budget, expenses, total expense, net profit, sponsorship asks. So who can you approach for sponsorships? Ticketing and tech, food and bar, floral crown auction details, hat parade logistics. This gives you so many ideas. I don't want you to walk into this going, it's going to design my next event for me. It's going to give you a lot of different ideas and things that you can bring back and share. All right. You can do a sample sponsorship pitch. You can do sample checklists for things to get ready. So a sample pitch for sponsorship, maybe you're a person who doesn't, maybe your group doesn't like asking people for money. Well, here's a script then, right? This spring, a squad of unstoppable middle-aged women is turning Blossom Bash Brunch into the most talked about fundraiser in whatever your city. On Saturday, April 26th, 100+ guests will gather under blooming arches to eat, sip, bid on floral crowns, and more importantly, raise $8,000 to prevent sexual violence and support survivors. We'd love your business to take center stage as a platinum, gold, or bronze blossom partner. And here's what you get. So they've listed the levels here. You wouldn't have to use these levels. You could change these. You could change the amount. You can change what they get from it, the perks from it. What is your return on investment? This is important. You want to be able to tell the company that you're reaching out to, or the person you're reaching out to, the business you're reaching out to, what are they going to get, right? Well, brand love from 100+ affluent, loyal women, tax deductible donation with a receipt the same day. The real impact, every $1,000 funds 20 self-defense workshops for local teens. Now that may not be your real impact, but you need to give them a real impact. Next steps, you don't even have to meet with them if you don't want to. Reply, let's bloom. We'll send a 1-page packet and a coffee chat invite, or grab your spot now. And here's a Google form, a suggested Google form. Let's make spring the season. Safety takes root in fierce partnership, and goes on. P.S. Last year's top sponsor got 47 tagged Instagram stories in one afternoon. If you're first time doing it, you can say, how many tagged Instagram stories do you think you'll get this year? Sample volunteer recruitment email, corporate sponsorship strategies, more concise and punchier. So when you do the more concise and punchier, it's going to give you the last thing you asked for, which was this, how do I approach the sponsorship, right? So here's another one. Hey, Blossom Bash Brunch, 100 fierce women, floral crowns, mimosas, 8,000 raised to end sexual violence. Be our hero sponsor. Here are the things. Tax deductible, instant receipt, real impact. Reply, I'm in, or grab your spot. Let's make creeps wilt. So again, keeping in that theme of spring. So many things. Incorporate storytelling elements. So maybe you've got a woman who will be willing to share. So this is how AI can help you. And I hope that you take some opportunity to just play around just a little bit and see what it can do for you.